Hello, this is Sharon Green, the Coordinator of Reading and Writing Services in the Academic Success Center at Niagara University. This is another episode in our Student Success Series. Welcome. Today I'm going to talk briefly about managing your study from home, something that many students have had to live with and perhaps be challenged by during the recent pandemic. We know that studying from home may not always be easy, but we also know that you can do it. In fact, now, April 2021, you've been practicing for some time now. Some of you may have been studying at home for the better part of the last year. So your experience has changed, and we know that you're probably figuring out ways or have already figured out ways to make this situation work for you. And although it's a temporary situation, we want to make sure that you can keep studying from home effectively while you are there and for the rest of the semester. Probably the most important factor to consider is where you're going to study. And of course, everybody's home and apartment space differs, but if it's possible, if you have not already, try to reserve one place to study for these remaining weeks of the semester. A dedicated study space can help most people focus. And to increase your focus and concentration, always put your phone away. Turn it off, put it far away from your desk, not in reach at all. And as much as possible, try to minimize other distractions. If your household has a number of distractions that make it difficult for you to focus and concentrate, is there somewhere else you could go? Possibly a local library. Some of them have reopened with somewhat limited hours. Or as the season becomes a little bit warmer, is there somewhere you can study and focus outside? For example, a porch or a backyard, or perhaps even a nearby park. Also very important is to create structure and develop a routine. You probably already have developed somewhat of a routine this semester, and you recognize that it is key to success. And yet it's different at home. When you were attending classes on campus, your routine probably revolved around going to your classes every day in person. Now that you've been home, you've had to establish a new routine. And we recognize that you may have less control over that routine because of others in your household. But as best as you can, try to structure your life around your coursework. Even though you're not on campus physically, taking your courses, being successful in your courses is the main goal for you right now. So as much as possible, stick to your routine. Of course, planning time is important. It's always important, whether you're on campus or at home. But think about what works best for you to keep track of time and tasks. And what are you most likely to consult every day? Some obvious choices are the calendar feature in Canvas, an old-fashioned wall calendar, or a mobile app, or maybe a paper agenda. Some students even put sticky notes on their desks or bulletin boards, or reminders in your phone. So think about what would work best for you and what will you look at every day. Another obvious suggestion, but one that sometimes we forget to do, is simply make a to-do list. Before you go to bed at night, make a quick list of the tasks you hope to accomplish tomorrow, or do that first thing in the morning. As you think about what tasks you need to accomplish, consider priorities. For example, what absolutely needs to get done today? Now that's easy. You probably have a sense of what to do today, but you also need to think about realistically how much time it will take, because students sometimes underestimate the time needed to really do a task well. And then when will you do it? Reserve a block of time. Commit, for example, to starting that paper at 2 p.m. today, or to studying for that anatomy test at 4 p.m. today. Whenever you can, work on high priority tasks early in the day before you're too tired. And as the day progresses, yes, continue working, but of course build in short breaks and get up, move a little bit, stretch. Don't just sit for hours and hours. And then of course think ahead. What needs to be done in the next few days? And what can you begin right now? It's also important to communicate with others in your household. So let your family members or roommates know when you plan to study so they'll know that you expect some quiet. And you're probably doing some or many of your classes online, virtually. So tell your family members or roommates when you really cannot be interrupted because you're using Zoom or Google Meet. Again, they are more likely to support you if they know what your needs are. And also, if you're living with others who are also working or studying at home, try to do your work when they're working because that eliminates the temptation to socialize when you should be studying. Continue to use campus resources, even if you're not on campus. The most important resource is your professors. Email them. Let them know what you need. Ask them questions. Use their Canvas site to ask questions. Always go to them first because they are more than happy to help. And I think during the pandemic, professors have been especially open to responding to students' questions. If you're struggling in a course, you can still request a tutor, but be aware that the last day to request a tutor for this semester, spring 2021, is Friday, April 16th. The Writing Center is open throughout the semester, and this semester it will be open through Friday, May 7th, the last day of classes. If you're struggling in other ways, the counseling services here at Niagara is very happy to help you, and they've also been doing lots of online or virtual counseling this semester. Keep in mind that the Office of Multicultural Affairs is another wonderful resource here on campus, and even campus activities. So you might think, well, if I'm not on campus, how can I participate in activities? Well, every Monday evening, you get in your email the NU clue from campus activities. And if you read it, you'll find that there are a number of online activities that will provide you not just with a respite from studying, but some enjoyment as well. Think about your final exams. Final exams for this semester are May 11th to 18th. Write out a study plan, and when you do that, think about studying for each final at least 3 days early. Divide your chapters or the sections of your class notes into chunks, and then make decisions on which chunk you'll study each day. And then most importantly, write down the times that you'll study each chunk. Try to avoid lengthy stretches of studying. Instead, study for 30 to 45 minutes and then take a short break. So to conclude, you can do it. Although studying from home is not what we all expected when we thought about college, we do know it's temporary. This pandemic won't last forever because more and more people are getting vaccinated. Niagara University is referring to our fall semester, fall 2021, as fall power, full power, because we are very hopeful to be able to return to a more normal semester in the fall. So stay motivated and stay optimistic. The end may be in sight. Meanwhile, help is always available here in the Academic Success Center. Our contact information is on the screen, and we are happy to help you in any way we can. So remember, studying at home, yes, you can do it.